Good morning, students. Well, this is Vikas Upadhyay. As you know, all of you, for general knowledge teacher. I know in my previous video I taught you about science, but now I'm going to teach you general knowledge. Student, as I told you, this is not a small subject. This is a very big and wide subject which are impossible to teach you in a single common video. Students, if I'm talking about our previous chapter was magical hours, I think you all are writing the answer which I write on board. So students, let's talk about, and today I will teach you about our north part of India, which is the chapter name is Marvelous North. Students, as all of you know that North India, which is very beautiful, I can say, because many times I have just also visited North India. So, North India is a loosely demand region consisting of northern part of India. The dominant and very mostly geographical feature of North India are the Indus-Ganga plain and the Himalaya. Gangetic plain, not a Ganga. You can say Ganga, but the namely we can pronounce is Indus-Gangetic plain and the Himalaya. Indus-Gangetic plain and the Himalaya, which demarcate the region from the Tibetan Plateau and Central Asia. In normal terms, we can say that the upper part of our map of India, we know also known as the northern part of India. Students, the term North India has varying definition, not a single definition. This is vary from particular place to place, particular people to people. Okay? The Minister of Home Affairs in its Northern Zonal Council, the name why we call North India, why we call South India. So all are having a particular definition. That is why we call North India, South India, West India, East India. So North India has a varying definition. The Ministry of Home Affairs in its Northern Zonal Council administration. Northern Zone where this particular place comes under Northern Zonal Council Administrative Division, included the state of Himachal Pradesh, the very mostly visited place in our India, because whenever we want to go Ladakh, Leh, and also today's scenario, the war going between China and India, this is also happen in North India. Dokala and lot of particular places where China fought for a particular place with India. So Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan, Chandigarh and Delhi. Delhi and Chandigarh comes as a union territories which closer to the Punjab and Rajasthan, closer to the Himachal Pradesh and Jammu Kashmir. While the Ministry of Culture in its north, the Ministry of Culture, its north culture zone include the state of Uttarakhand. Include the state of Uttarakhand, but exclude Delhi, whereas the Geological Survey of India include Uttar Pradesh and Chandigarh. Rajasthan, Chandigarh, other states sometimes included Bihar, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and West Bengal. Okay. North India has been the historical center of the Mughal Delhi Sultanate. Mughal Delhi Sultanate, which is diverse culture and includes the Hindu pilgrimage center of Char Dham, Haridwar, Varanasi, Ayodhya, Mathura, Allahabad, Vaishno Devi and many more. And also one particular things which is known as Pushkar and many more. Okay, if we go through the Union Territories Chandigarh, we also see that the Golden Temple as well as the World Heritage sites such as Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve, Kanjuranga Temple, many more. Okay. Now we are talking about the language that have official status in one more of the state and union territories located in North India are Hindi, Urdu, Punjabi and English. Okay. So these all are the interesting facts about North India. Now students, if we are talking about the dynasties that have ruled parts of the North India include Maurya Empire, which is comes and do the rules on North India between 326 to 187 BCE, and we are talking about Pala Empire, which rules over North India between 770 to 810, Delhi Sultanate, which rules over 1206 to 1526. Okay, there are many more particular persons if we are talking about Mughal Empire. Mughal Empire who rule over North India between 1526 to he rules from the 1526 or maybe 100 years he rules on the North India. Students, if we are talking about Vindhyas, north of the Vindhyas, one demarcation between northern and southern nation has been the Vindhyas mountain range in centuries past the sometimes form a border during period of imperial expansion. In North India, if we are talking about the particular region lives, we are talking about Muslims, lives in a Central Asian, Afghan impact as defining influences. So sometimes this is effect we see when we go to the North India, we see the impact of particular things on North India. Okay students, so several sources if we are talking about Islamic and Central Asia comes influence the definition of characteristic of Northern India culture both linguistically and culturally. Some of these influences are pre-Islamic or we can say Kushan Empire, Peshawar, Afghanistan. Okay. And if we are talking about the geographical area of North India, so North India lies mainly on continental India, north of peninsular India. Toward its north, the Himalaya, which define the boundary between Indian subcontinent and the Tibetan Plateau. To its west to the desert shared between North India and Pakistan. That's information not enough for you, but the information which I given to you till now, you can go through the many sites, many books. If you want to read about the northern India, about their history, their modern era, you can read and go through that. Okay, so the first question from your book, Marvelous North, the particular fairs and festival going through in North India. We're talking about first one, Hola Mohall. If you're talking about first one, Hola Mohall. This is the festival. This is the festival, an annual festival held at Anandpur Sahib in Punjab. Held in Anandpur Sahib in Punjab. It was started by 10th Sikh Guru Gobind Singh as a gathering of Sikh for exercise and mock battle on the day following the festival of Holi. If you talking about second one is Vetha Vetur Truva. This is the festival, literally means of 13th day of source river Jhelum. It is held an ancient temple at Varanek, the source of Jhelum. The festival is celebrated by the people of many religions like Hindu, Muslim, Sikh and Buddhist with joy. We're talking about our third pillar from your book is Philanchi Festival. This festival is celebrated in Kinnaur, the district of Himachal Pradesh, in the month of September, and it is a 4-day festival which is basically a flower festival. Now, if we're talking about the last one, which is Kumbh Mela. Everyone heard the word Kumbh Mela. Kumbh Mela, the fair is one of the largest fair in the world. This is the fair, or exhibition, which is put in Allahabad city of India or in Uttar Pradesh. The festival, it is the largest festival in the world. It is attended by millions of pilgrims from all over the world at Allahabad, which is known as Kumbh Mela. Okay friends, after this chapter we move and complete the exercise. If we're talking about take the mark of correct answers, puzzles and matching. Okay, now come to the next chapter, which is known as the Exotic Western India. Students, now we learned about Western India. In previous video I taught you about North India. Now you all listen my valuable information about Western India. Students, Western India comprises 3 large states. It is a combination of 3 states which is very large or big. 1 small state and 2 minuscule union territories. 3 large states, 2 small states, 1 small state and 2 minuscule union territories, and it is bounded by Pakistan and the Arabian Sea to its west and the Gangetic Plain to its east. Students, this is the most heterogeneous of India region, with the state differing dramatically from one another in language, culture and levels of economical development. Maharashtra and Gujarat are among the most industrialized state of India. If you're talking about the Gujarat and Maharashtra, which comes to the western part of our India. This is a very known as industrialist area of India. While Rajasthan and Gujarat, or Rajasthan, not Gujarat, Goa, are magnets for the tourists through the different regions. Okay, so let's first reason which we talking about three large states, one small state to minuscule union territories. So first we talking about Rajasthan. Rajasthan, which is known as the land of warrior. The land of warrior, where all the part covered with desert. Women wear colorful sari and many historic forts with Rajput temples. The first large state which count as to complete western India. Next, Gujarat. Gujarat, which is known as home to Asiatic loin. We found the many loins which we found only in Gujarat, and fine textile. Gujarat mainly known as the textile because the work, many work done in textile. Okay. Next, developing fast, especially around Ahmedabad and Surat. Now, next, the third major city is Maharashtra. Yeah, city, not a city, the state. As I told you, the comparison or not a comprises with the three large states, one small state with one minuscule union territory. The third is Maharashtra, which is India's third largest state. India's third largest state after Uttar Pradesh or Hyderabad or Andhra Pradesh. This is count as the third largest state of India and home to two of its most fascinating cities, Mumbai and Pune. And Mumbai known as the film city, and where all the stars live there. Okay, next is Goa. Goa is the home of country of best beaches. If we're talking about the cities of particular region, if we're talking about Gujarat, the first one is Aurangabad, a few miles from the famous Ajanta and Ellora caves. We're talking about Jaipur, the Pink City, Jodhpur, the Sun City, also known as the Blue City, Mumbai, the financial capital or the major port city of India, and the home of Bollywood, as I told you. Okay, students? If we talk about another city of western India is Nagpur, which is known as the geographical center of India. Panaji, the capital, the Goa state, Pune, Maharashtra cultural capital of historic city, Pushkar, home to the country, only is Brahma temple. There are many more other destinations if we want to go to the visit the places. Talking about Dadar and Nagar Haveli and Diu, Kumbhalgarh, Kutch, Maithon, Mount Abu. These all are the cities where people go and visit the places. If we talk about the region has some of the country's most popular destination in Rajasthan, the desert fort of Jaisalmer, very renowned particular place where we want to go. So Jaisalmer and the magnificent sand dunes evoke all the Gujarat Jain temple, intricate design, spiritual architectural marvels. Okay, the landscape in western varies from the sand dune of Rajasthan to the west salt of the Kutch and urban visual of Mumbai and Ahmedabad. These all are facts about Western India. So, students, the first there is some festival and fair also celebrated in Western India. So, first we talking about the Pushkar fair. First one, you can also write the answer of your book. Pushkar fair, the fair falls on the last day of Hindu month of Kartik. Mean to say October or November. Between October and November, the last day of Hindu month which is count as Kartik. So it is celebrated near the lake of Pushkar and is dedicated to Lord Brahma. This festival celebrated to give the dedication to the Brahma. The fair is the biggest camel market. In this fair, Pushkar fair, this is also known as the biggest market of camel. Okay, so gather to here to take a dip in the holy lake. Next, Gudi Padwa. Gudi Padwa. It is widely celebrated in Maharashtra. This particular festival celebrated in Maharashtra. Mainly Mumbai, Pune, Gujarat, sorry, not Goa. So it is generally believed that any venture started in this state gives nothing but success. Every particular business establishes on Gudi Padwa. Next is Ghumar. If I am talking about Ghumar, this is the most important festival in Rajasthan. Most valuable festival celebrated in Rajasthan. The celebration lasts for 18 days and dedicated to Gaudi, Parvati. It is celebrated by girls and married women. This festival celebrated in Rajasthan by female women and girls. Here is some also particular Western Indian handicraft which is used and you can find it also in Maharashtra. If you are talking about Ajanta and Worli painting, we found in Maharashtra. If we are talking about Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, and some cultural particular where people wear. If we are talking about dhoti kurta mainly wear in Maharashtrian men. Pano bhaju worn by Goa lady. Ghangra choli and odni worn by Rajasthani and Gujarati women. If we talking about chaniya choli, not a Ghangra choli and odni, chaniya choli wear by Gujarati women. Here is some food habit which is used by people in different places. We are talking about dal bati churma, mainly eaten in Rajasthan. If we are talking about butter peas, चक्की की शाक, मावा बाटी, खोपर malpua, which is used in by people in Madhya Pradesh. Seafood in Goa, dhokla, chevron, and khandavi, basundi, mainly eaten by Gujarati people. If we talking about pohe, chicken, pav bhaji, and also vada pav, Mumbai, Maharashtra, vada pav, the famous particular thing. Now, different states of India have their own traditional dance. If we talking about Povra, Lavani, Koli, and Tamasha in Maharashtra. If we talking about Dheki, Thalo, Dhangar in Goa, Ghumar, Kachhi Godi in Gujarat, Dandiya, also Rajasthan and Gujarat, Java, Kulfati dance and Manch in Madhya Pradesh. So that's all about from the chapter number Northern India, marvelous Northern India and Western India. These all are the different part of India. Students, if you have any kind of problem with my information, you can message me, not message me, you can message on school application which is used by you all. Okay students,